Sagittarius, welcome to your tarot card reading today. Let's talk about you, Sagittarius. Today we're going to do a past, present, future reading. So let's find out what's going on. Let's see what situation we're tapping into. Let's see what happened in the past. Let's see where the situation stands right now, the energy around it. And let's talk about how it is going to play out for you and what you can expect here, Sag. So let's talk about you. So your past here is the Strength and the Five of Wands. All right, where's the present energy here for Sagittarius? How are they feeling about this right now? We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. Whoa, Nelly! The Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords! Why is 7 afraid of 9? Because 7, 8, 9. No, that's not the joke. Guys, I screw it up every time. But that's a lot of swords here. There's a little bit of anxiety, worry, fear. Let's talk about it. Let's go to the past energy first here with this Strength and the Five of Wands. This is really resisting something or really overcoming a lot. What is this energy? What's the strength? It's, yeah, the Six of Swords, the Fool, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is an element where you're, I'm going to say with the Five of Wands, you're encountering a lot of conflicts or challenges. A lot of barriers here are hitting you. So there's just a lot of challenges. You're feeling maybe stuck, like things aren't moving forward, things are against you. This is kind of like you're banging your head against the wall. The Two of Pentacles and the Fool is wondering, it's kind of tossing up different ideas. How do I solve this problem? How do I get what I want? Where do I get where I want to go? Where can I go? What are the opportunities here? And the Page and the Emperor trying to take control. So your past situation is just feeling like there's so much against you here. It's you against the world, Sag, and there's just a lot of conflicts, and you're just trying to kind of, like I'm hearing, hold it together, knowing it's just temporary, right? But you're just trying to hold it together here and kind of make the best of it. That's your past. Are we going to talk about what aspect of life that is for Sag? Are we going to narrow it down, or do you want to keep it general? The Fool. Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down. And the Five of Wands is in reverse. So yeah, and there's the Empress. I mean, it could be love, it could be internal. It didn't narrow it down. It's just telling us you're wondering if you should be kind of pivoting and moving into a new direction here. You're not sure if where you're at or what you're doing is working. It could be one of those things where it's like, it shouldn't be this hard, right? If it's a relationship, it shouldn't be this hard. If it's a career, like, it shouldn't be this hard. So there's just this element where you're wondering if you should pivot and move in a new direction. There's just a lot of conflicts and struggles with that. Now, God, like the general energy right now is the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and there's Nine of Pentacles over here. So this is just a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of worry. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords first. Seven of Swords, is that strategy? Is that lying? Is it... Because this is a lot of thinking, Sag. You are in your head. Okay, hold on a minute. I know a card flipped. I saw it. There it is. Four of Wands. You're worried about your house, your family? Five of Cups. Are you worried about losing your house, losing your family? King of Cups. There's an element where you're afraid of, it's like you don't want to let go of something that you worked hard on, right? Let's say this is your house, you've lived there for 20 years, but you can't afford it. The property taxes are $20,000 a month, or it's like you've worked at this company for 15 years, but you don't know if you want to do it anymore. There's an element here where it's like you have dedicated a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy, and right now you're just trying to be honest here. Are you holding on to this out of emotional loyalty? Is there potential? Is there opportunity? Are you better with the what? What's the Nine of Pentacles here? Is it better off alone, better off doing something on their own, better off depending on themselves, or better off being single? Let's find out. Maybe self-employed. And there's the Emperor. There's the Eight of Swords in reverse. There's another person, Sag. Are you better off without this person? So, this Emperor could be your boss, it could be a situation, it could be a relationship, it could be a family member. Right now you're wondering if you're better off, if this is just time to let this go, if you're better off, self-employed, single, a different job, depending on yourself. Right now you're kind of in this contemplative energy and you're not so sure. So what's the advice then to Sag with regards to this? What would be the advice then for Sag? Hold on, Sag, let me cut that. Not happy, I'm not happy at all. What's the advice then here for Sag? What's the advice? The Magician. You are the maggots in your life, baby. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Be honest about what it is that you want. There's that king of, there's the person. And there's the Eight of Swords, and there's the person again. They want you to be honest about what it is that you want. So, what do you want, Sag? The Magician and the Six of Pentacles is, you have the ability, right, to create, to manifest something new, to create a different situation, make a different decision. And I feel like they want you to be very careful about what you want, but I also feel like there's an element of making sure, like, the Six of Pentacles here, we see the hands, they're taken, right? The Six of Pentacles can be the card of generosity, but sometimes we're too generous. We're giving our energy, our money, our time too generously, and someone's taken us for granted. So there's that element of, yes, being honest and accepting this person exactly as they are. And once you look at that situation exactly as it is it what you want? Or do you want something different for yourself? And if it's not what you want, although it might be the harder decision, you know what you got to do. And if it is what you want, and if you want to fight for it and all these challenges are worth it, then you know what you got to do. So that's kind of the advice, that's the recommendation, that's the current energy, that's what I got, baby. So what we're going to do at this point, Sag, is do some oracles as per usual. And then we'll jump back into the tarot, excuse me, stepping away from the mic. And we'll do your future energy, we'll do your potential outcome, we'll see where things are standing, we'll see if you make a decision, my friends. But first of all, what does Sagittarius need to surrender to when it comes to this current situation that they're facing? I ain't get shit, man, I ain't get shit. Alright, hold on, Sag. So what does Sag need to surrender to help make this decision? Thank you. Addictions. Okay. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action and to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I would like to grab the Akashic Record message for you, Sag. What's the Akashic Record message here for Sagittarius? Whoa, whoa. It's a skipping and a hopping and a flying. It landed right on my knee. My left knee, if that means anything, I don't know. Honor yourself. Recognize your hard work that you've put in to get to where you are, instead of thinking how far you still have to go. Remind yourself of everything that you've accomplished and be proud of yourself, Sag. Don't forget to give yourself credit where credit's due, darling. Let's grab the Osset God or Goddess. Let's see who's watching over you. Let's see what advice they want. Whoa, that was weird. All right, well, that's the one. That's the one. Tahuti, the Akashic Records, card number 43. Let's talk about it. Let's see what your message is from Tahuti. Okay, hold on. For some reason, it's taking me a really long time to find the right page. Hold on, Sag. What does this mean? Okay, there we go. So the channeled message from Tahuti is, I am Thoth, or Tahuti, also known as the Great Hermes, the thrice born. Invoke me to see your Akashic Records, for this is where the block is, and I can assist you to release this karma now by your request to me. I am the Time Lord, keeper of your soul records, and I saw that you were judged in ancient days. And now I hand this role back to you, for humanity must be responsible for themselves, with only some small assistance from above and below by myself, Tahuti. So the abundance message here, Sag, is to release past life vows of poverty and abstinence, plus karma from lives where you harmed others. Any past and present life fears or having great wealth is wrong. I had that message before where there could be a challenge with relationship with money, and it might come from a previous life. I don't know if you've done your numerology, but I do have that video where you can check your numerology and you can check the karmic debt to see if you brought it into this life. I suggest it if you're resonating. Your future has created your past. Your past has created your present, but you have the chance to change and greatly improve your future by meditation, your actions, and alchemy. And I'm guided to talk about work. There's just some difficulties with work being financially abundant due to past life vows and beliefs. Ask for Tahuti, Mother Ma'at, and Osset to grant you a karmic release for this with excellent results. Maybe that's why, well, maybe if you do that, those results will come through and you won't be banging your head against the wall no more. So let's talk about it. Let's get to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. When I say outcome, let's see where you are 30 days from now. Right now, I don't know, it's August 20th, 21st, around there, 2026. Let's see where you are in September, towards the middle to the end. But as always, it's a timeless reading, Sag. So this is from 30 days from when you get it. Where's Sag? What did they decide to do? How are they feeling? Where's the future? The Ace of Swords, okay. Oh, you know what you gotta do, baby. You know what you gotta do. Seven of Wands, and ain't nothing stopping you. Ain't nothing stopping you. You got the message. You got the You're doing things differently. There you are, really getting into that masculine energy. There's you taming the lion, taming that beast, taming that. I can't see what decision you made, but I definitely see you going down a different path. This is an element of you realizing what you need to do. So whatever it was that was getting in your way, it's not going to stop you. So it's like there's been a click, there's been a light bulb. Ding! The light bulb has gone off, right? This Eight of Cups in this deck is very different than the other decks, right? She's not walking away from something she built or something that was stable. She's walking away from a manifestation ritual. So you know exactly what you need to do to get this done. Nothing's gonna stop you. Not this person, not the universe, not past life karma, motherfucker. That shit is gone, baby. That shit is gone. So Sag, you knew the advice was to figure out exactly what it is that you want. What it is that you want is what you're gonna go after, and you're not gonna stop. The Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands here is really, you got the message of what you need to do. The Eight of Wands is kind of moving in a new direction. So you're doing things differently. You're making a different choice. You're taking control of the situation. You're not leaving it to someone else or leaving it in their hands or their destiny or their fate. There's an element here where you're just taking control. You're in your bubble. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can distract you, right? So whoever that person was, whatever the situation was, they're just a distraction and they're not going to stop you. So you're in a very, what I'm going to say, motivated and excited energy, right? The Page of Wands is excited. So right now in your current energy, you be stressed out. You be like, damn, I'm stressed. But in the future energy, you're excited. The Page of Wands is that element of I'm excited where I'm going, right? It's my university student. I graduated school and I'm so excited about what's to come. I've been looking forward to this for 27 years. So you're excited here in a month, Sag. You know what needs to be done. You know what you got to do, and you're just going to do it, and nothing's going to stop you. Ain't nobody going to stop you. That's good. Is Sag seeing results? Is that what's changed this motivation, or is there progress, or what's kind of what happened to kind of change Sag's point of view in this energy here? You're not letting anything... Oh, the Four of Cups in reverse and the Three of Pentacles. Oh. The Four of Cups in reverse is a card of kind of complaining, and there's the Three of Pentacles. So there's an element where you may have been focusing on the negative of the situation or of what was going on instead of the things that were working, the things that were going right. And there's an element here where I feel like you started to focus on the growth, the progress, the things that were going well, the things that you're building instead of the things that didn't. So I feel like it was simply a shift in your mind frame. And there's your stress, but there's you realizing that they were unnecessary burdens, right? When we get the Ten of Wands, we're taking on burdens that are not ours to take on. We're taking on stress that isn't ours. We're taking on, and for me, I always kind of feel like that's because we're focusing on things we can't control. When we're anxious, we're focusing on things that haven't happened yet. We're worried about something. We're focusing on things we can't change, we can't control, we can't do anything about. And you're not going to let that be your focus anymore. Now you're focusing on what you can control, what you can do. So there's a little bit of shift in your mind frame here, Sag, and I also feel like an element of realizing. So there's just this breakthrough of knowing exactly what you got to do, and you're really not going to stop. I have a very motivated, very excited energy. There it is. You're just feeling free. You're not going to stop. Freedom! Hold on. They're telling me to grab from this deck. It wasn't going to. Hold on, Sag. There's something else they want to say, and it's from my gigantic Egyptian deck here, which I haven't used. I was only using it in the shorts because it's so big. Like, look at how big this deck is. Freaking huge! Like, it was made for Shaquille O'Neal, baby. Okay, hold on. And Inner Freedom is the card that I just cut on there. So, let me get my gigantic hands out here. What do you want to say to Sag? Why are we using this deck today? What do you want to say? Imperfection and healing. Oh, okay. This is an element of understanding no one's perfect, right? Nothing's ever perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone has flaws. Everyone makes bad choices. And this is an element of kind of forgiving yourself, Sag. Maybe you had whatever this would be. This is looking in the mirror, and instead of nitpicking or complaining about yourself or focusing on the things you don't like about yourself, this is accepting those things, right? We have good and bad qualities, every single one of us. We have upright and reverse traits, right? We have good and bad, up and down. So it's that element of acceptance that you're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Even Jesus wasn't perfect. Ain't nobody. Even Hermes was not perfect. Nobody's perfect, Sag. And I feel like there's an element here of, look at her looking over at this, and I feel like this is like you looking at a mirror of yourself. So it's just realizing that there's no such thing as perfection. You're perfectly perfect. You are perfectly you. And it's just accepting yourself and forgiving yourself. I feel like there's really, like, I have a very heavy energy in my heart. So I feel like there's something that they want you to really forgive yourself for. Or maybe it might be forgiving someone else for. They're not perfect either. I'm hearing parents. So it might be your parents or a parent that maybe needs forgiveness, because a lot of times our parents just do the best they can. They're just human beings. But a lot of times they fucked a lot of people up because they treat their children, and I tried not to do this with my son. I don't know why I'm going here, but I am. You know, as parents, we do the best that we can, but a lot of parents look at children from their point of perspective and their point of view and what they want for their kids, and sometimes they're different. And so maybe your parents and you just wanted different things, looked at things differently, dealt with it differently, but there's a little element here, or maybe as you as a parent have made a mistake or something you struggle with your kids, but there's some kind of parent-child relationship here, and it's just understanding that you're human, your parents are human, your children are human. Everybody makes mistakes. It's just forgiving and moving forward. That's what I have. That's what's up. That's what's going down. So Sag, that's what came out today. So I do hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated and benefited you. And as always, if it did, if you resonated, if you like my style, want to support me, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. And Sag, I have opened up my Patreon now, so it is there. I thought I'd mention that. The link is in the description. It's in my channel bio, so if you want to come join me over there, it doesn't cost money for every tier. There's a free membership as well. Come on over, join me over there. That's where I'll be doing a little bit of deep diving into the mysteries, the secrets, the hidden things in tarot, reading the tarot, my academy. It's a little bit of everything. I rolled into one. All right, let's close your reading off today, Sag. All right, what's the final message for Sagittarius? Yes. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. So take some time to unplug today. Turn off your phone, shut down your computer, and reflect on your energy level. How do you feel, and do you need to prioritize yourself more? That's what I have. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.